Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties, back after 1 week off from the Monday Market Moment video update. I was on vacation last week, and I'll tell you where I was in just a moment, and it will be in response to this point I'm about to make. Never underestimate the mineral rights. Always good to get those mineral rights when you're buying a property, and I'll explain why in just a moment. But first, let's look at the stats. And I did keep track of the stats last week, so we'll be able to continue week after week information. Right now, active listings, 2,765. That's an increase of 18 from last week, with a median list price of $1,148,744, which is higher than it was last week. No change on the days on market, 46. Pending sales, 2,263, down 44 from last week, kind of a big drop. Median list price, $849, which is a drop from the week before. No change in the average days on market of 22. Months of inventory, however, is lower than it was last week, 1.33 months of inventory. So just the number of homes for sale divided by the number of sales over the last 30 days. Lots of sales, keep that months of inventory lower. Here's a chart showing total actives and total pendings, and you can see I did keep track last week as well. So you can see how those numbers have been trending along. Since last week, we did see 676 homes come on the market last week, which is 23 more than the week before. Usually you start seeing inventory trending down right now. Not the case. Median list price, 907.4, which is higher than the ones last week. New pendings, 390. That's down 63 from last week. Big reversal in the number of homes going into escrow last week versus the week before. Median list price, 831,321, lower than the weeks before. Average days on market, one more day, 19 days, still low. And new pendings listed within the last week, 22. And new pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 183. So still 6% of homes are selling within a week, and almost half of the homes are selling in 2 weeks or less. Since last week, we saw 410 homes close escrow, slight drop of 15 from the week before. However, the median list price, $900,000, much higher than the week before. Median sales price, $923, also much higher than the week before. Average days on market, 19, one fewer day than the ones that closed the week prior. Least expensive sale was in Mount Laguna. I believe that's the first time ever in the Monday Market Moment that Mount Laguna comes in, $150,000. And the most expensive sale, not the first time, in Rancho Santa Fe, $8,050,000. So here's a chart that shows new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. And you can see the week before, we did see a dip in the number of homes coming on the market, but it rebounded. First time I've seen in a very long time, the number of homes that closed escrow was more than the number of homes that went into escrow. So we'll have to see if that continues to be a trend or if it's just a 1 week anomaly. And here's the chart that shows median list price and median sales price. Big jump in those numbers as well. Okay, never underestimate the mineral rights when you're buying a property. Very important. And let's take an example of where I went on vacation. I was in Alaska. Now there's my family there, my stepdad on my left, my stepdaughter, my wife's daughter on my right, and then my wife, and then my mom, and two other people who are not pictured there. My son and my stepson also came as well. Had a great time in Alaska, but let's talk about Alaska and never underestimate mineral rights. Alaska was sold. We bought it from Russia, March 30th, 1867. We bought it for the low price of $7.2 million. In today's dollars, that would be $151 million. So a lot of money, but thinking about buying a big piece of property like that, which is twice the size of Texas in landmass, only 2 cents an acre. And yet at the time, they thought it was a bad deal. The guy who proposed it to the government actually was ridiculed for wanting to spend that much money on this piece of land. Why? Everyone thought it was just a barren piece of land. Well, a bad deal turned to gold. Turns out there was tons of gold there. In fact, that picture was taken by the Yukon, almost at the border of Canada. Right on the border of Canada. And they discovered gold in the Yukon. There was a huge gold rush in the late 1800s. Tons of gold was found. And so the value of Alaska was a lot greater than what they originally thought. So you never want to underestimate the value of mineral rights in buying a property. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment, and you can scan the QR code to track your home's value. If you have any questions, give me a call or send me an email. I look forward to seeing you next Monday in the next Monday Market Moment.
You've been watching Monday Market Moment with Bryan Devore. Please subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update.